Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 milliamp hour power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Welcome to ChatGPT Insights, where we dive into the latest and greatest in AI and technology. Today, we're talking about a fascinating story that's got everyone buzzing. What's behind the subtle shift in ChatGPT's responses? From being left-leaning to drifting towards the right, it sounds like something out of science fiction. But before we get into all the juicy details, let me ask you this. Have you ever asked ChatGPT a question and gotten an answer that seemed just a little too perfect? Well, researchers from top Chinese universities recently analyzed over 3,000 responses from different versions of ChatGPT using a standard political values test. And what did they find? It turns out that there's been a statistically significant shift towards the center-right on both economic and social issues. Now, before you start imagining a sinister plot by OpenAI to turn our beloved AI chatbot into a far-right pundit, let me reassure you, it's not quite that dramatic. According to the study, ChatGPT doesn't want anything per se. It's just trained on a sprawling corpus of text, billions of sentences across decades of human thought. And from this data, its first bias comes, but data isn't everything. When OpenAI updates its models, it might feed in different information, tweak algorithms, or change how the AI is rewarded for certain answers. Now, you might be wondering what kind of shift we're talking about here. Well, let me break it down for you. Earlier versions of ChatGPT, like GPT-3.5 Turbo 0613, answered the political compass test in a way that placed it squarely in the libertarian left quadrant, low on authoritarianism, high on economic egalitarianism. Think social democrat meets Silicon Valley idealist. But newer versions, especially GPT-3.5 Turbo 1106 and GPT-4 1106, are edging rightward. They're still sort of liberal, but the needle is moving. Statistically, significantly, unmistakably. Now, things can get tricky very fast here. We don't know exactly why this happens because AI is still a black box, with no one truly understanding exactly why it outputs what it outputs. But the authors of the study have an idea something similar could be happening in complex systems, from flocks of birds to human brains to machine learning models. In short, the ideological change likely results from internal system dynamics and user interactions, not just from feeding the model different information. And that's where things get really interesting. Human interaction may play a role, as frequent use can create feedback loops that influence how the model prioritizes certain responses. The shift identified in the study is still marginal, but marginal shifts matter. In ecology, a degree of warming can collapse coral reefs. In politics, a slight tilt can decide an election. And in AI, a small change in tone can shape how millions of users think about the world. So what does this mean for us? Well, if AI systems are mirrors to humanity, they're also amplifiers. When they skew politically, intentionally or not, they risk shaping public discourse, entrenching existing biases, and subtly influencing user beliefs. That's why researchers call for better auditing, more transparency, and ongoing monitoring of language models. We want to know what's in the training sets, how reinforcement signals are applied, and why certain shifts happen. The solution isn't to make AI apolitical, it's to make it transparent and accountable. And that's exactly what we're here for at ChatGPT Insights. We'll keep digging into these stories, uncovering the latest news and insights about the world of AI and tech. So stay tuned, folks.